And we are about ready to go racing. And as the sun sets in a western South Dakota sky, all is right with the world on a Saturday night. Night number 2 of the Fort Randall Casino Double Down Showdown, presented by Dakota Plains Ag Center and Mark's Machinery. Let's go racing! Guys find a little greasy down at the bottom of 1 and 2. They'll kind of pick their way through turn 2 and off the backstretch. Mullenberg is going to get a little bit loose off the backside. Here comes Gephardt into the bottom of the racetrack. They make some contact there. Here comes Powers now down to the inside. Gets cut off by Gephardt. And they'll complete lap number 1. Josh Gephardt is your leader. Nick Jansen's going to try to find the high side around the racetrack. Get some contact from the 99. And Manthe getting a little sideways in front of traffic. Look out, we got trouble. And Manthe is up into the wall. Caution flag will come out on lap number 2. Recording all of the action and playing it back later. Ryan, Blake, and Tana, we sure appreciate you being here. You can check out their website at advantageracing.tv or their Facebook page, Advantage Racing TV. Green flag. Josh Gephardt is showing the way down the backstretch, pulling away from the rest of the field. Dennis Powers finally gets a handle on the race car, gets by the Novak machine and the Mullenberg machine. Now some contact by Novak into the Mullenberg 73. And they're trying to get a hold of this greasy racing surface. Officials are asking the 73 to go pit side. Is a flat left rear tire, but he's staying out there for now. Meanwhile, white flag is out. 1 more lap to go. Dennis Powers is making up some ground on the 2G of Josh Gephardt. Gephardt a little bit slow through turns 1 and 2. Gets a little sideways off of 2. Powers has to back out of it. Gephardt will pull away. And they'll come to the checkered flag, and Josh Gephardt will take heat race number 1. Dennis Powers finishes in 2nd. Tanner Novak in 3rd, followed by Nick Jansen and Jim Ross. Well, you can tell right away this is a racetrack that these guys are not used to racing on. It is a lot more greasy, shall we say, than they're used to. But because of this hot and windy weather today, we want to make sure to try to keep as much moisture in it as possible for the best racing surface we can for our drivers. Tim Waldner and Jordan Vosica, row 1. Jeremy Sengum and Joey Jatan, row 2. Clifford Hauser, Cody Roth, row 3. Michael Kiggins in row 4. Joel Namminga looks them over and says, let's race. Vosica makes a nice move to the outside, takes over the lead. Here comes Sengelman out of the inside of Waltner. They're side by side. Hauser in that 4th spot with Joey Jatan right now in 5th. Guys having a much better time of it here in this heat race. Track starting to roll in a little bit. Hauser goes to the inside of Waltner to take over that 3rd spot. Let's complete lap number 2 this time by with Vosica, Sengelman, Hauser, Waltner, Jatan, followed by Roth and Kiggins. Hauser making a move now to the outside, trying to look for that 2nd spot going into turn number 3. Clifford Hauser up top, Jeremy Sengelman down low, side by side coming off of number 4. Singerman drifts up the speedway. Hauser diamonds it off, goes to the bottom, side by side off of number 2. Hauser drives it in tough into turn number 3, gets by, makes the pass to get into second spot. Vosica gets a little bit loose coming off of 4. That allows Hauser to pull up beside him. Hauser again, a great run coming off of number 2 corner, wins the drag race down the backstretch and into turn number 3. And Vosica still up top. Can he hang on to it? Coming to the white flag. Here's Hauser to the bottom. He'll take the lead on the white flag lap. Vosica not going away, but it's not going to be enough. Half a lap remaining. As they come to the line, starting 5th and taking the win, Clifford Hauser from Kimball. Jordan Vosica 2nd. Singelman 3rd, followed by Wagner, Jatan, and Mike Kiggins. Cody Roth retired from the event about 3 laps ago. TNR Contracting, late model street stocks to staging, please. Late models to staging. Late model street stocks to staging. Okay, this is heat race number 3 for the hobby stock division here at Wagner Speedway. And Marty Haluska and Kevin Vosick bring them off at number 4, looking for green. Kevin Vosick, nice start from the outside of row number 1. And he'll lead lap number 1. Meanwhile, Marty Haluska tucks into that second spot. Then Blum, Scott, Bartunik, and Hoeing will round out the field working lap 2. Hoeing makes a nice move to the bottom of Derek Scott to move into the 4th spot. And his racetrack starting to work in nicely. A little bit better groove around the racetrack with this 3rd heat. Haluska gets a little bit sideways. Hoeing looks to the inside. They're 3 wide coming off of number 2. And Daryl Bartunik goes around and comes to a stop. And tries to get back going once again, and we will bring out the caution flag. We'll get a $820 bonus, courtesy of Buffalo Wild Wings. All right, green flag. Boy, Vosick just about got turned around by the 19 of Blum. Just about does it again. Vosick drives away, and look how we got trouble as Blum gets sideways, gets clipped by the 61 of Hoeing, and Blum will continue to drive away, and he'll fall back to the 5th spot. Good battle going on for that 2nd and 3rd spot right now. Haluska gets a little bit sideways. Scott can't take advantage of it. Hoeing right there in the mix. Vosick right through the middle. They're going to dive down to the bottom and try to catch him, and they won't be able to do so. Kevin Vosick wins the heat. Marty Haluska in 2nd, Derek Scott in 3rd, Jim Hoeing in 4th, and Taylor Blum will round out the field in 5th. It's one of these racetracks tonight right now with it as wet as it is. sometimes you have to slow down to go faster. Some of these guys trying to overdrive it a bit, and they're getting in trouble. Oh, it's Cal now. Okay, well, she must have been her honeymoon. Dad took over the driving duties. Okay. So Cal Mullenberg. Green flag. Whoa, we got trouble as Kevin Andrus plows into the 13 and then gets helped around to the infield, and we've got grief. Not quite up to 90 miles an hour, but we've got excitement, and the caution flag will wave. And looks like we lost the 48 of Kevin Andrus. So Matthew Andrus in the 11. And Joel Namiga says, you know what, let's just go. Here comes Matthew Andrus to the high side, getting around DeBoer, now looking to the outside of Costa to try to pass him. Matthew Andrus looking to the outside, Costa trying to hang on to it and can't. Andrus will have the spot as we complete lap number 2. So Costa's not going away, goes upstairs to try to get around the outside of Andrus and does so. That's a back and forth battle. All right, white flag is out. One more lap to go for Tom Coster, Matthew Andrus, and Chris DeBoer. Cody Feenstra in 4th, followed by Cal Mullenberg and Sean McNeely. And Tom Coster in the 13 with the win. Matthew Andrus 2nd, then Chris DeBoer, Sean McNeely, Cal Mullenberg, and Cody Feenstra in the mix as well. Sixth row on the inside, the 79 from Hartford, Tim Waltner. Outside of row 6 is the 61 from Kimball, James Hoeing. 7th row on the inside, the 14 from Sioux Falls, Jim Ross. Outside of row 7 in the 7 from Wagner, Joey Jatan. Row 8 on the inside, the 19A from Corsica, Taylor Blum. Outside of row number 8, the 40J, Michael Kiggins of Monroe, South Dakota. Chad Mullenberg in the 73 from Ethan races from 17th. Outside of row number 9 in the 32, Daryl Bartunik from Armour. And row number 10, the 21 of Cody Roth from Spencer, Nebraska. And the 99, Kevin Manthe from Bone Steel, South Dakota. We're looking over the field. Joel Namiga says, let's go racing in Hot Lap Hobby 8 feature time. Derek Scott with a good run down the backstretch, leads them through turns 3 and 4 with the lead. Here comes Jordan Vosica to the bottom, looking to the inside, nothing there. We'll complete lap number 2 this time by Derek Scott, your leader. Jordan Vosica 2nd. Jeremy Sengelman 3rd. Dennis Powers 4th. Josh Gebhardt 5th, and Tim Waltner 6th. Marty Haluska 7th. Tanner Novak, Nick Jansen, and Clifford Hauser rounds out your top 10. Best battle on the racetrack right now is for positions 3, 4, and 5. Jordan Fosica runs in that 3rd spot. Dennis Powers in 4th. And Josh Gebhardt in 5th. Lap traffic going to be a factor. Kevin Manthe is a lap car. Derek Scott tries to get around him. There's contact made. Manthe gets a little bit loose. That slows down Scott. Here comes Singelman right to the back bumper. Back into clean track once again. We have 5 laps remaining this time by. 7 down, 5 to go. Slower traffic ahead of the leader, Derek Scott. He's going to look up high. Singelman is going to try to follow him through the traffic. Mullenberg gets loose. That allows Singelman to pull up into the back bumper. Nose to tail as they come down through the front chute. They finally get by Mullenberg. Scott drifts a little bit high, and a caution flag will wave as Singelman is making the pass in turn 2. Oh, my goodness. Clifford Hauser is going to slow down the backstretch and into the pit area. Derek Scott was drifting high, and that was going to allow Singelman to go to the bottom and take the lead, but to no avail. All right, so Derek Scott's going to lead the Delaware restart off of number 4 corner. We have 4 laps remaining, and let's go green. Derek Scott drifts up the speedway a little bit in turn number 2. Here comes Jordan Fosica to the bottom to try to get by Singelman. Those two battling for positions 2 and 3. Meanwhile, Derek Scott out front loses a little momentum, gets high in the speedway in number 4. Here they come down the front chute. They make contact. They get sideways down the front chute. That allows Fosica to go by on the outside and take over the lead, but not so fast. Here comes Scott back to the inside. They make contact. Fosica down the backstretch. Singelman on the inside, and Scott right in the middle. They sort out Fosica. Here comes Scott sideways in turn 2. Hang on, boys. Caution flag will wave. Oh, my goodness. Woo-wee. And the 61 of James Hoeing, excuse me. James started 12th, and he's up to that 5th spot right now. 2 laps to go, and let's see how he works. Jordan Fosica trying to hang on. Here comes Hoeing to the bottom. He's going to go into 3rd, go into 2nd, and Hoeing moves into the lead in lap remaining. Now getting sideways is Blum. White flag is out. Fosica and Hoeing battling it out for the last lap. Fosica drifts high. Here comes Hoeing to the bottom. Hoeing's going to take the lead down the backstretch on the last lap. Let's bring him off a number 4 corner. Can he hang on one more time? Fosica's going to give it a shot. Give the spot to the 61 of James Hoeing. He'll take the win in our Hobby Stock A main. So Tom Costner and Chris DeBoer in row 1, Matthew Andrish and Cal Mullenberg in row 2. Sean McNeely in the 6, and Kevin Andrish is just going to hang out in the back, take the green, and then pull in, is what we are being told. Something wrong with that 48 machine. Uh-oh, we got trouble. Andrish is going to keep it straight. DeBoer made some contact with him, but Andrish would not be denied. Starting to get a little interesting. Tom Coster isn't in the woods, out of the woods as of yet. Matthew Andrish is going to try to challenge him. White flag is out. One more lap to go. And Andrish is going to get to the inside. Coster is going to try to run him down into the bottom. That's not going to work. Andrish is better on the bottom there, and Coster trying to lean on him. Andrish pushes him up into the marbles as they come to the line. Kevin Andrish will take the win. Matt. One of the Andrishes, I don't know. And now Coster's going to knock him. Let's see what will happen now. Matthew Andrish will take the win. Yep, Tom's going to pull up alongside and share his Facebook status with him. Matthew Andrish is your winner.